Let us begin with the stotra. Mano Bhuta Hamkara Chittani Naham Nacha Sotra Jivve Nacha Ghrana Netri Nacha Vyoma Bhumi Na Tejo Na Vayu Chidananda Rupa Shivoham 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 Shivoham. Good morning, friends. After a few gaps, again we are studying this. I had to go for a lecture tour in the West Coast and particularly to our Seattle, and then afterwards San Francisco, and then Portland, these three. And San Francisco, I should say I must be lucky that I could see the Swami Prabhuddhanandaji Maharaj. Because Prabhuddhanandaji, many of you know, he is here in this country for more than 40 years. And he is in the San Francisco. He passed away. And I could meet him. I could give him a gift I brought for him from India and was waiting for such a long time. Then I offered that gift to him. He accepted it, patted me. And the next day when I went, he was far better because blood transfusion, etc., the doctors they did. Then I told Swamiji, now you looks good. He didn't smile. He looked at Mother and didn't talk anything with anybody that particular day. He was going on looking at the Mother constantly and sometime muttering, Mother, Mother, Mother. When he saw me in Bengali, he quoted 2 lines from a song, Ma Anandamoyi Nirananda Korona. Mother, you are the embodiment of joy. Please don't put me in misery. Ma Anandamayi Nirananda Korona. He looked at me, then slowly he started closing his eyes. Friends, I will request you, before you start this service, let us stand for a minute to honor his self and pray to Mother. Please get. I will begin with Om and end with Om. Om. peace, 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 peace be unto him. Please sit down. We were studying the 30th aphorism of the Patanjali Yoga Darshan. The people who are trying to meditate, they know how specific and clear the Patanjali Muni. Because when he says Vyadhi, that is the sickness of the body, Sthana, the mental laziness, Samsaya, doubt, Pramada, lack of enthusiasm, Alasya, lethargy, Aviroti, craving for sense pleasure, Bhranti Darshana, false perception, Alabdha Bhumikatva, not attaining concentration, Anavasthatvani, unsteadiness in concentration. These are the Chitta Vikshepa Antarayaha. These are the causes for which we cannot concentrate. See, these 9 causes, those who have tried to meditate, they understand, they know how perfect this is. And now again in the 31st aphorism he said, Dukkha Daurmanyasya Angamejayatya Shwasa Prashasha Vikshepa Sahabhubhava. Why the mind is disturbed? Because these few things, another 4 he is adding, Dukkha Daurmanyasya Angamejayatya Swasa Prashasa. So these 9 plus 4, this 13, and they are the main cause we cannot concentrate. Because of these things. Now, when we are in grief, we cannot concentrate our mind. The last time when you were explaining where from the grief come, all the miseries, then we said 3 places are there. How just like the scientist, everything they have defined, and here again they are pointing out from the 3 sources the misery comes. First is, who can say? Adi Bhautika, Adi Daiva and Adhyatmika. These are the 3. So I always say Adi Daivik, the finger shows the sky, Adi Daivik. Daiva means the nature. From the nature, problem comes. And then comes down to Adi Bhautika. And then ultimately it comes to Adhyatmika, my physical body. So these are the sources for which we are all the time suffering. Last class we have discussed about this. How to overcome the problems we know. Most of the people, they will only speak about the problems, but they do not know how to solve it. But the beauty of our scriptures and our great saints, they say these are the problems, and immediately they say these are the methods. If you follow, you can overcome these obstacles. So what are the obstacles? These 13. Then how to overcome these? Tat, that, those obstacles, pratishedhartham. If you have to overcome those, pratisheda, eka tattva. Only one object, abhyasaha. You have to practice only one object. The last time, I think day before yesterday, on the 4th July, the Portland, they organized, every year they do on the 4th July in their retreat. It's a very wooded, more than 120 acres land, and they have beautiful shrine trails, but not the facilities like ours in Ganges to stay, because from Portland it is only 30 minutes or 35 minutes drive, 40 minutes drive maximum. So the people go and come back, and they have developed that small shrine, and there they practice this thing. The discussion was, according to Vedanta, peace and harmony, According to Christianity, peace and harmony, like that. So I spoke according to Vedanta. So Vedanta teaches us only oneness. The moment you are thinking about one, that everything that you see is nothing but me or my God, whatever. In Vedanta, there are 3 steps: Dvaita, Vishishtadvaita, Advaita. The moment we speak about the Vedanta, we only think about Advaita Vedanta. No, there's Dvaita is also there, Vishishtadvaita there. Advaita says, I am. But the Dvaita says, me and my God. It's okay. If I think that everything that I see is nothing but the manifestation of my God or goddesses, then what happens? I cannot harm others. I cannot criticize others. I cannot think anything against anybody. So that is the tat pratishedhartham ekatva, ekatattva abhyasa. Yoga Darshan also speaks about that, and Bhojaraja, I told you the Bhojaraja is a great exponent. He is explaining about this. This Bhojaraja, he is explaining that Ekatattva is the Ishvara Tattva. From the point of view of the Dvaitin, the dualist, Ishvara is there, I am here. So Ekatattva means God, and God is everything, everywhere. So if that way we practice, people have already practiced like that. It's not just theory. It's a practicing a religion. People have already practiced it. Like Mirabai, Mere to Giridhari Lal, Dusra na koi. What is this Giridhari Lal? Krishna. And she thinks everything that I see is only Giridhari Lal. And that's why when the people are coming and criticizing her, she is not disturbed at all, because only my Giridhari playing all these tricks with me. She wants to make me agitated. He thinks that by this way, sending different type of people to me and speaking in different way, I will be disturbed and I will forget him. I am not going to do that. My mind is totally one-pointed. Mere to Giridhari Lal. I can't see anything else except Giridhari. Look at it. Eka tattva abhyasaha. And when Eka tattva I am practicing, how can my mind be disturbed? Same tranquility. Everywhere, in every place, mind is same. And when the mind is equal, tranquil, what happens? Peace. And from the peace, what comes? Harmony. So from the Vedanta point of view, it is so easy to explain why the peace and harmony. Because we didn't think there are two different. And that is the reason when we come over here in America, we don't think the Americans are different. Maybe their food habit different, features are different, dresses are different, culture a little bit of difference. But they are basically same like us. Same like us. So when I am traveling now, because it is the long weekend, particularly 4th July weekend, all families are out going here and there. It's good. So the transportation companies are thriving. So people, they move, and with all children, because they are, now it is the schools and colleges are, and the holidays are there. So different children are going. How much care the parents are taking? Just like our parents. But our parents sometimes, at our time, I don't know now, if we are doing too much, sometimes hands used to come down on us. So then a little bit of crying, and afterwards again the same thing. So here they don't do like that, punish children like that, but the mother will be looking at the child in such a way, terrifying. So naturally, the father is grave face looking at the child if she doing. So same thing everywhere. That means the affection, the love, the concern, everything is same. So they love their life, we love our lives. So, similarly, if we see all human beings, and not only human beings, all beings are same. So, here that is the reason the Muni, the Patanjali, he is suggesting, if you want to concentrate, if you want to overcome all those obstacles, practice only oneness. The moment you are practicing oneness, you are very, very successful. Bhojaraja says, Ekashmin, Kashminchid Abhimate Tattve Abhyasa Punah Punah Niveshanam. That is the beauty of the explanation. They will use a word and then again another word, then again another word, so that you can understand it. He said, Ekashmin Kashminchid Abhimate. Kashminchid, any. Ekashmin, one. Kashminchid, any. Abhimate, object. On any object, if you are concentrating, now you can remember the conversation between Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and a woman devotee. She came and told hesitatingly to the Sri Ramakrishna, Sir, you are asking to meditate on Krishna, but I can't think any other face than my brother's son. I like him so much, love him so much. Sri Ramakrishna's immediate reply was, concentrate your mind on him as Krishna. So, if you can object anything, an object, and concentrate your mind on that, think about that, no problem. But the moment you are concentrating, what is happening? Your mind is coming out from different vishaya, objects, and getting one pointed. And when it is one pointed, concentrated on one, you get the power of concentration. Then same power you apply anywhere, you are successful. The difference between a success and a failure is what? Concentration only. The moment our mind is concentrated, and if it is one pointed, a different type of knowledge has come out. From where? From our within. All knowledges are within us. All these books, these libraries, these colleges, these teachers, they are only externally giving the suggestions, that's all. The actual knowledge is coming out from within us. So, Ekashmin Kashminchid Abhimate Tatte. Abhimate means object. What is that object? Tattva. Abhyasa. Abhyasa what? Punah Punah Niveshanam. See, Abhyasa, suppose you don't understand what is Abhyasa, again it is explaining. Punah Punah Niveshanam. Again and again and again and again you have to bring back that mind. So, when you sit for meditation, all of us, those who have tried to meditate, the same experience. The moment you try to think about God, mind thinks about something else. It is obvious. And then suddenly you become concerned, oh, my mind is roaming here. Again you bring it back, put it on God, and again and again. There was the one Brahmin boy was there in Cherapinji. He was a bachelor boy, used to stay in that asrama, used to teach our boys. And when he used to meditate, he used to keep a bottle of Ganga water by his side. And every time he will open the bottle and sprinkling little Ganga water in his mouth and again meditating. And why so many times you are drinking Ganga water? He said, my mind from the pure God, from there it went to unpure, a different object. So, I am purifying my mind. So, that was, by doing that also, half of his meditation time used to pass. It was very funny. So, that way he used to do, thinking constantly, my mind is going out and thinking something else, again the Ganga water purifying, again trying to concentrate, again. So, it goes on and on and on. And we should not give up. Swami Vivekananda, he is writing a wonderful poem giving the definition of puja. worship. What is that worship? We sit over here in the Hindu temple, you know the worship. They will be offering the flower, the sandal paste and these and that. Swami Vivekananda said that is only ordinary worship. The real worship is a fight. Fight with your own mind. Upper mind with the lower mind. Upper mind trying to be concentrated, thinking about God, thinking about higher things, and lower mind constantly dragging you down. That fight. And ultimate, again and again you are defeated because the lower mind is very strong. But don't give up. Go on trying and trying and trying. Then one day you will be successful. And that is called puja. In Bengali he is writing, puja tar sangram apar. Puja, worship, tar, God, sangram apar. It's the constant fight. Sada parajay, you are defeated every time. Tahana daraktama, but don't be afraid of that. Don't give up hope. Tahana daraktama. Constantly we have to go on trying, withdrawing our mind, sitting. But this will help if we make a routine. Early morning we get up, any time we getting up, then we change our clothes and then wash our face and get fresh, sit over there, try to meditate for half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour, as long as you can practice. And someday it will be concentrated, someday it is not, doesn't bother at all. Go on, go on, go on. You should not be bothered about whether it is successful or not. But one day the thing will come that suddenly you will feel the joy of meditation. So this we will find that this is getting slowly changed. Then Vachashpati Misra, another exponent, is telling Eka Tattva Abhyasa, practice only one object, and then he is suggesting make that one God. Eka Tattva Abhyasa, and make that one your God. No narrowness, that we have to keep in mind. Only God doesn't mean that you have to think about Hindu gods and goddesses, or anything that you think that is good, or any god or goddesses, you can concentrate on that. You will wonder, some of our Swamijis, they have given Jishu Krishna mantra. Then previously, some of the people, they used to come and they used to ask them, or sometimes they used to understand, so whom he likes and loves, and accordingly the mantra they have given. But now slowly that has been changed because the people can continue that. So in one ideology they like to keep. Here when we find that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is concentrating and praying on Mars Kali, there is a personal goddess, but finally he was enveloped in effulgent light, all covering everywhere, including his person too. He was covered with light. Look at it, from the personal God, from the God with form is going to impersonal God, God without form, Chaitanya. So Eka Tattva Abhyasaha means, suppose you are thinking about that effulgent light, slowly you are melting into that light, you are everywhere, you cannot find your own body, you cannot see your hands, you cannot see anything but the light. Excellent experience. So sometimes slowly the meditation that I try to teach, Prabuddha Dhyanam, as because different type of, from different sections people are coming. So I always say that ultimately you mix yourself, your person, your personality into that light, effulgent light, conscious light. It is everywhere. You cannot see anything except light. It's just like you have taken a dip into the water and you cannot see anything but the water. Like that feeling, and it is wonderful feeling. So And then afterwards, next aphorism, it suggests another thing. To ekatattva abhyasaha, he is giving us another suggestion. How we can practice it? He says, Maitri. Maitri means friendship. Then Karuna, the mercy. Mudita, gladness. Upeksha, indifference. Where Sukha, the people who are very happy, they think that I am his friend. Dukkha, unhappy people, then you must show mercy. Then Punya, when the people are good people, be happy in their company. And Apunya, evil people, try to be indifferent from them. So it is very difficult to change those evil type of people. Rather, you will be influenced by them. So that's why in English they say always, a man is known by his company. When you see a group of people, a different type of people, they have that type of company, that type of temperament. If your son is mixing with them, know it for sure he is developing that attitude. Otherwise, you will never like. So naturally, the fathers, the parents, they used to observe the friend circle. When their children are going, they are friends. If they are good people, the fathers used to encourage, go. Otherwise, why? Because of that. We become friends only with them with whom our mind can be same, the same tune. So, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha, the four type of actions we have to take. When somebody is very happy, we must also feel happy, but mostly we are jealous of success of others. We envy one who is happy. As a result, what happened? Our own mind is disturbed. Nothing happens to the person you are criticizing or envying or unhappy. Nothing happens to them. You go on criticizing whomever, and nothing happens to them. Yesterday one gentleman came, he was a very good singer. The singer is another quality, but he is an economist. And he was with very high economists, and now he is advising the governments and all this, Reserve Bank of India. He came for a seminar. He is developing a book, writing a book, so he is here in St. Louis, etc. So yesterday evening I was talking with him. He knows so many things about the world and how things are happening and the economy, the society, how it is changing, etc. And he was telling about all this. Some people, the way the world they work, he was telling Swamiji, you cannot think of it. You suddenly see a very famous person writing against another. It's not that person writing. It's a group of people making him to write it. And suddenly another person also, that way, that the way it works, the whole world, unthinkable. And the great people, they will be working on that because they get in exchange a lot of money and other purses also and other benefits. So he was telling, no politics, just as I mentioned, he was telling two very famous people went on writing against, and they proved by different data that whatever the Modi said about the progress in the Gujarat is totally a myth. It is a false. And they gave all these things. And ultimately, the original thinking came. He said, people should not elect him. And it was published here in Chicago, in the economical, the journal. The people should not elect this type of person. And now Modi has been elected. What is this person is happening? He is very angry. When this gentleman met him, he said, our country people are fools. They have elected. Then he was telling, you have given so many daughters, let me give you one daughter. So in our country, so many million people are the voters. And out of those million people, voters, this many people have voted. So you want to say that you are only intelligent person who can understand everything correctly, and all these millions are fools? Anyway, this is your data, you think about it. And he became very angry. So that way, and then I was thinking about this particular aphorism. He said, if a person is becoming happy, successful, some people are becoming unhappy. And what happens? When a Swami Vivekananda, he came all the way from India over here in America, and what he did, he never spreaded the philosophy of Sri Ramakrishna. He never uttered the name of Sri Ramakrishna. He only talked about India, India and India. Those who have read the biography, his works of Swami Vivekananda, where is Sri Ramakrishna? Only one in one lecture, that too much afterwards. My master, that is the only lecture he delivered about Sri Ramakrishna, a few pages. He talked about India. And some people, he went on criticizing Vivekananda. Why? These Indians. Why? Because he became popular, he became successful. Look at it. And suppose Vivekananda is not successful, what will happen? The whole world will never knew about India. They are happy. Let people know all wrong things about India, but no one from us except me should be popular. So this narrowness brings what? Misery. Sure. Narrowness equal to misery. This equation we can write down. So that is the reason our Patanjali is mentioning Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha. The bad people, some people will be writing, even today, many people will be writing against Ramakrishna Mission. They will go on writing. And fortunately, unfortunately, our Swamis are very good health, and they will point out to them and say, see how nicely they are living, comfortably they are living. It is not comfortable living, it is happy life. And because of the happy life, they are always cheerful, health is good and like that. So anyway, these people will be, and their main thing, what we do, we give education to the poor people like this, like that. But these people will go on writing against us. And they will be writing against the Hinduism, the very famous people. They will be writing in a pseudo way what the Hinduism has done, what wrong. Some of the applications somewhere, sometime, it went wrong. There is a 6,000 years philosophy, practicing philosophy. And some places, some people misutilized in the name of the religion. Everywhere it happens. What they did? Casteism. And what they do? Hinduism equal to casteism. And casteism means torture on the lower caste. Is this Hinduism? So this way, and they are very famous person. I am not naming over here the new books they have published. If you read that in the name of the economy, ultimately they are criticizing India, and India means Hinduism, Hinduism means casteism, casteism means only torture on the lower caste. Is it true? But these people are not fools. Why they are doing it? God knows, and they may be. So this way we go. So this is the world everywhere. This is in a bigger form. And when we go and mix in our day-to-day life, some of our friends are jealous, some of our own people are jealous. Why? Ask them, they do not know. The one lady came to me, an American in the Portland. She was telling Swamiji, I don't feel happy. Can you please tell me why? I told you, please write down why you are not happy. You are thinking you are not happy, just that's more. But why you are not happy? Anybody said anything to you? Anybody has taken away anything from you? Or what happened to you? Just write down, you will see zero. Then what? You are creating unhappiness within your own mind. Now what you have to do? Break that notion and always go on thinking, I am happy, what is wrong with me? I am earning money, I am driving and I'm going to the different people and mixing with people and helping people And she was working very hard in that ashrama and doing everything there. So again, within the mind, sometimes she is thinking, I'm unhappy. So Maitri, Karuna, Mudita, Upeksha, only 4 suggestions. Only 4. Those who are happy, oh, they must have done something good. That's why they are happy. Must have done something. That's why they are happy. And some of the people, in the name of some ideology, they will be giving, teaching people, inspiring people, go and break them, cut them, loot them. Those who are successful, have they ever said, when you look at that person, he is a doctor, you know, to become a doctor 5 years, you have to work so hard. It's not a matter of joke. And so difficult. You try to remember 5 names of the medicines, you will forget. So difficult. And these they are doing. When a person is operating, can you understand? Can you gaze his concentration? He is responsible for a life. Now he has made him dead, operating that body, taking out that complicated things. Can you imagine? Are they ordinary people? Just like that they have become. And when they are traveling in a car, you just go and throw the stone. So this negative teaching always make unhappy. And look at the society. We are all unhappy. Look at those societies, not only in our country, in all over the world. The negative thinking, all they are suffering. All of them. So this is not only concentration that we practice, this is for our life. So never think negatively, think always about positively. Friendship for all. Sarvas taratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu. That was the unique prayer that was taught in the Vedic Yoga. In the Vedic age, in the Vedic Yoga, they used to teach this type of prayer. Sarvas taratu durgani. Let everybody go beyond misery. Let no one suffer. Sarvas taratu durgani. The moment you are thinking like that, how wonderful your mind is becoming. And merciful towards those who are in misery, those who are suffering. If we go to them and try to help them, talk with them, sit with them. I saw the wonderful way here in America they do. All the elderly people, they all went out on 4th of July. Different groups of people are coming. They are all volunteers, some individuals, some in groups, some from the society. They are coming and taking out all those elderly people and taking on the road, taking to the park, where all people are chattering, laughing, and they kept him there, feeding them. How nicely. Not that they are related, but they do like that. And so much care they take, so much time they are spending. So this is called yoga. It's not only just we read the books and never practice, not like that. The merciful towards those who are in misery, happy when others are happy, indifferent with the wicked. The moment some wicked people will come, we have to be indifferent. So, okay, not that we will go and talk to them, try to convince them, not like that. Even Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also, he is in a very practical way is telling, when a person is fully drunk, don't try to go and advise him about the wrong thing about drinking. He will beat you or use filthy words about you. But when he is sober, then you can go and tell, so this is this, you know, etc. Slowly you have to. So you have to be very, very practical. These people, the wicked people, knowingly they are becoming like that. If you try to go and rectify them, it will be difficult. You will be angry. So what you have to do, you have to be away from them. Each time we control our mind, Swami Vivekananda is writing, each time we control our mind to react, to feel hatred, feeling of anger, Vivekananda says, that piece of energy will be converted into the higher powers. One Swami I told about, he became afterwards the president of our Sangha. He was in charge of an hospital. The one boy, young boy came, he wanted to take the signature of his ailing father in his favor. But the father was not ready that time. So the Swami told, why you are pestering like now? Your father will be all right, he will go back, then you can talk with him, he will give you some property to you, like that. But his father died. Then when he became very angry with the Swami, and he came and he was going on shouting, abusing languages and beating on the table and throwing the telephones. But this Swami was quietly sitting and looking at his face. Then afterwards he was telling, I was looking at him and I was thinking so much of energy coming out, unutilized. The energy the boy is expressing, it unutilized. So the energy should be properly utilized. So this is the way we learn. The yoga means we must apply it in our life. When people are behaving like that, we are controlling, because by that piece of energy, Vivekananda is writing, will be converted into higher powers. Monastics, particularly in our organization, so we always, when we take the oath, they always say, try to be a bee, not a fly. Try to be a bee, not a fly. Why? The bee always takes the honey from different flowers. But the ordinary fly, it goes to bee sometimes, and then to the filthy things also. So your mind should always go to the best things, never to anything that filthy. In this society, there are different type of characters, different type of thoughts. There's filthy things, criticizing others, doing these and that. So many so-called famous writers, because they can express the thought in a good languages, so naturally they become. And what is their character? Why do they do that? And what type of books they are writing and becoming famous? Most of the so-called famous books, you go and read, very ordinary thing, very, very filthy things. In our country, and mostly in the Rajasthan and those places, the ladies, particularly the royal ladies, they always live inside, they are not supposed to be exposed, and some affair with the ordinary boy, ordinary person, and that type of stories, and they are famous writer. What inspiration they are giving through the writing. Read the Rabindranath Tagore, tremendous inspiration. Read many other things, tremendous inspiration. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, that very famous in Bengali. The one quote, every time when you were young, our teachers used to say, you may be bad person, but that doesn't mean that I should not be a good person. Tumi adham, tai bolia ami, uttam na hoibo keno. You may be adham, an ordinary person, a very bad person, but that doesn't mean I don't have to be good. Why? I should try to be good. These are wonderful quotations everywhere they used to follow, because the stories that inspire and inspire for so many things. So that is called real good story writers and the writers. Here, if they used to teach us that always try to follow as a bee, always try to find out anything good in that person, and then you say, one Swami came, he was in charge of a monastery, and naturally he came to our headquarters, Belur Math. He wanted to change another monastic member there, assistant member, because they were not properly helping him, etc. He was thinking. And when he came, he was telling, Swamiji, that person should be changed from my center because he is bad, he is bad, he is bad, and he is bad. And the president was Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's direct disciple, Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda. He was just like Shiva. Quietly he was listening. When he stopped, then he said, "Oh, that person is having so many bad qualities. But don't you think that he is also having some good qualities?" Ah, good qualities are also there. So what are the good qualities? Then the same Swami went on telling, okay, he never fights with me, he is gentle, and he is this, he is that. Then he said, see, you have given the bad qualities only 5, but the good qualities almost 12. Keep him there. So the problem was solved, and this fellow came out scratching perhaps his head. Oh, why have I given so many good qualities? So naturally, when you are speaking about a person that is bad, if you think they are also having some good qualities, they are having the good qualities. Now, if you can inspire those good qualities, it is good. If not, at least don't go on criticizing. Everyone has his own way. The one editor was there, he used to say, oh, I have to change all the writings that is coming to me. I told you are doing very wrong. The editor is supposed to see only the punctuations and the grammar and the spellings. But if you are changing the whole language, you are actually changing the whole write-up. Everyone has a way of writing, way of speaking, way of thinking, way of behaving, and that is the beauty. If everybody will write like you, and all the words that you are using, what will happen? It will be boring. All the articles are same. So, beauty of a magazine, it is not a book, it is a magazine. And the beauty of the magazine, every article should be different. So, I don't like to read this one, but I like. So, that is the. So, I was telling him, the very young Swami, very talented. So, this way the editorial training, one very senior Swami was there. He used to teach us how can we edit. The moment you are reading, you must try to appreciate, oh, so wonderful. So, first thing would be, oh, so good, so wonderful. He is trying to express this thing. Okay, suppose I change these punctuations or I correct these words that he has expressed, it will be more. So, that way you can improve, but you should not totally denounce the whole thing. I wrote a Bengali poem in a Bengali magazine. There is a long thing. There I express that sometimes the dogs will be barking and showing that they are angry, but they can't go and cut or fight because they are barking to express their unhappiness, but they cannot do that. That frustration is also there through the barking, and the editor changed it to jackal. The jackal don't bark anyway, first thing, and secondly, why in the midday the jackal's howling is different type, but the dog's angry but can't do anything, only barking. That's the expression is different. Then I told him, see, this is the expression I wanted. So, just to tell you that a group of people came to me in the jungle and they wanted to retain their own religion, because another group came and they were forcing them to be converted. They came to me particularly and told, can you please help us? We like to retain our own religion. And in that situation, you cannot imagine, in the name of religion, the ruthless killing and so many other things. So, I told, I am sorry friends, I won't be able to help you. So, then afterwards when they left, I felt so dejected, sitting in India and having so many things. I can't help my own people. So, then I was angry with Thakur. So, I was fighting with him only. I was telling, why then this is my life, I can't help people, this. So, the expression that I wrote afterwards in the poem, that it was my anger to Thakur was just like a dog angry but chained, can't come out, can't do anything. So that way it's working in the daytime and the scorching sun. The editor changed it to jackal and the whole thing marked. So this way, so one should be very, very careful. Why? Again, all these that we are reading in the scripture should be practiced in our daily life. If not, what is the fun of reading the scripture? And we have read this scripture, that scripture, and sometimes we'll be so proud at telling, oh, that one we have studied, this one we have studied. But then you look at his life, nothing has been reflected. Then what is the use of that? So here another suggestion he is giving by which we can overcome the obstacles. What is that? Very easy but very effective. Controlling the breathing. In any meditation, the first thing they will teach you, controlling the breathing. Prachadana vidharanabhyam ba pranasya. Prachadana means when we are breathing out, sending the air out. Prachadana. And vidharana, when you can hold back the breath in within ourselves. That is the power. We are slowly taking the breathing in and holding for some time and breathing out. If it is possible, I think I told you, when you are breathing in, count 8 and slowly, 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 slowly full your breathing. Hold it for 32 times. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. 16 and 16, 32. Then breathe out slowly by counting again 16 times. In, breathing in 8, holding 32, breathing out 16, counting 16. If one can do that 21 times, his mind will be calm. Sure. And 51 times, you will feel the joy. Because it is not only the oxygen that we are taking in and sending out, not like that. It is the prana, means the energy, the power. Patanjali says that you can calm your mind by properly prachadana, throwing out the air. Prachadana means throwing out the air. When you are angry, like that will be. When you are running, you are breathing out so fast. So that's what prachadana means, throwing out. Again, vidharana, dharana. Dharana means holding. B means vishesha, perfectly. When perfectly you are holding the breathing, calmly you are holding the breathing within. One lady, she told, Swamiji, I can do that and practice. Then she took in, and within 1 or 2, immediately she, what happened? Oh no, the gasping. I was thinking that I am going to die. I told, but you have not counted 32. How much you have counted? 6. She took 8, and within 6 she threw out. I told, look at it. So you have to practice slowly, slowly. It's not so easy. It is not a child's play. So the breathing exercise, and those who are interested to practice meditation, I am telling you friends, for those who are really interested to practice meditation, these are the things. First and foremost, you have to sit very comfortably. Suppose for some reason you cannot sit squatting, because the Westerners, they never squat because so cold, they cannot sit on the floor, they are always on the chair. So that way they have not practiced that. They may sit on the chair itself. But many of them I have seen, they are practicing sitting on the floor, squatting. And when you are sitting, you must feel that your whole body is properly set. It is not tilting. And keeping your both the hands in such a way on the knees that like an anchor, it will hold you. Then this is the first asana, and second step, pranayana. Prana ayama. Prana means the air. Prana means, Swamiji said, energy. When you are taking the energy, the tremendous energy going in, and you thinking, I can do anything. No one can control me. I can do anything. That is the energy. All over this universe that we see, only two things are working. Prana, Akasha. Vivekananda in his Raja Yoga explaining. One is prana, another is Akasha. Akasha means the space. And prana means the energy. These are the two things. Anything that we see is the expression of the energy. And that energy, some people are so energetic, some people are not. Why? Because of the nature, different type of nature. And what we have to do, first we don't like to do, then we have to inspire them. That is from Tama to Raja. And when we are in Raja, we are working. And when you are working, inspire them to work for others without any expectation, without any name or fame. By doing that, because the moment they will be doing that, there will be some criticism. Some people will comment, there will be always people are there to comment. Always. At the time of Thakur, at the time of Ramachandra, at the time of Krishna and Vivekananda, everyone, Bhagavan Buddha, there was no one spared by these people. So they will be there. And when they are doing that, criticizing, if you are not reacting, you are developing the energy. And those people who are very near to you, if you guide them, work for others, but do not complain. And do not think that this is yours. That is the very wrong thing. So that way what is happening? From Tama to Raja, Raja to Sattva. And what is Sattva? Love, energy, all things are there, but no attachment. Love is there, energy is there, but no attachment. That is the Sattva. Sattva doesn't mean only simply quiet sitting and telling, oh God, I am seeing God. Not like that. Very active. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, even in that condition, he used to go to house to talk about Bhagavan, Ishvara. Please take the name of God. Tell with me once at least the name of God. He used to go. People used to criticize, people used to review, people used to make him out. So many people never cared about him. But he went and sat over there quietly, and somehow he will be telling very politely, please do this. Why? That is his job, that is his work. He is an avatara. So that way he is working. Instantly he is working. When he could not move at that time, when he was lying down, Girish Chandra Ghosh came. And there was a water pitcher was there, glass was there. You know our Bengalis, Jamindars, they will never do anything. He was sitting so near to the pitcher, Girish Ghosh, but he won't take the water from that. He said, hey, anybody is there? Give me a glass of water. You know who went there? Sri Ramakrishna. He couldn't walk. He was somehow going and then pouring the water from the pitcher and giving it out to Girish Chandra Ghosh. Tremendous work, intense work, because love. Why I am working? Only for love. I love these people. That's why I am coming to them, telling them, if you think in a positive way, it is good for you. It's not that they will come to me and they will do this and that, nothing like that, no expectation. So the Sattva means intense work through love, hence no attachment. So that is Prachadana Vidarana Vyamba Pranasya. The sum total of the energy displayed in the universe is called prana. Swami Vivekananda is telling. The whole universe is the combination of prana and akasha. Thank you, friends. We started at 11:05 and now completing at 12:05. So exactly 60 minutes. And again, the next classes, this month I am not going out anywhere. So if you are interested, please come. We will discuss about the next things. And always with the scripture, we have to look at our own life, whether the scriptural teachings can be transformed into our day-to-day lifestyle. So that is the benefit. Let us recite this sloka and then complete. Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. This is the very peculiar way they are expressing nirvikalpa, because I don't have any, I am changeless. I don't have any changes. And nirakara, I don't have any form. So who am I then? I don't have form and I don't have any changes. Then who am I? Again it says, aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupo vibhutvacha sarvatra sarvendriyanam navasangatam naiva muktirnameya chidananda rupa. Who am I? Satchit Ananda Sarupa Shiva. Chidananda Rupa. Shivoham Shivoham Shivoham